100 years ago, in the June of 1917, HP Lovecraft, if you ask me, the world's best writer, began writing as an adult, began the main phase of his career by writing a short story called The Tomb, which will be published, I think, 2 years later, maybe even later than that, but he wrote it on this month 100 years ago. And if you are a Lovecraft fan, I do encourage you to go back to The Tomb, which is not one of the most often anthologized among his stories, because it's brilliant. In it you find so many of the elements and themes which will be crucial to his whole production. A morbid curiosity and attachment to the past, which will be explored much more widely in the case of Charles Dexter Ward. In a way, The Tomb feels very much like a short version of Dexter Ward, which if you ask me is probably the best among Lovecraft's 3 novels. Also, you find this idea of the existence, which is crucial to Lovecraftian horror, of the existence of an alternate reality beyond what you can see, and it is a reality that when you approach it, in the first place, other people won't understand you and will start thinking you're crazy, and in the second place, you will start going crazy yourself. This idea that the human mind cannot comprehend the many mysteries and the many dynamics of the cosmos. Of course, it's first and foremost an amazing story, and Lovecraft did flex his literary muscles as a reader in it. It begins with a quotation from Virgil. There's an amazing song, an amazing drinking song written by Lovecraft inside the story, which would not be out of place on an Hailstorm record today. And this was just the beginning of what he would write. And a month from now, 100 years ago, he would write Dagon, and Dagon is one of the best pieces in his entire production. It was the first story by Lovecraft I ever read, and the last 2 pages completely changed my existence. And again, there too, sure, it was a horror story, a supernatural horror story, but the whole point was about how fucked up humanity is, that it fights its wars and it exhausts itself, chasing its own thirst for destruction, that the entire cosmos is bound to blow it away in a second. And when you manage to give me that kind of shit as effectively as he did in Dagon, and fish people too, you have won a reader for life, Mr. Lovecraft. Guys, it's been 100 years. I invite you to celebrate whatever way you want. One of the great things about being a Lovecraft fan is that there's so much stuff out there to love. Play a Lovecraftian board game or role-playing game, play Arkham Horror, play Call of Cthulhu. I know, they are not quintessentially Lovecraftian, you go around shooting monsters with a shotgun, that's not really the point of his fiction, but it's fun. Reread Lovecraft's best and your favorite stories. I'm currently rereading many of his short stories. In general, let's celebrate one of the best writers in pulp fiction, maybe in fiction in general, maybe the best horror writer of all times, maybe the best of all times. That's besides the point. Who gives a shit? Let's celebrate a great writer. Share some of your favorite Lovecraftian experiences. Let me know what you think about The Tomb in the comments below. I know many people do not share my enthusiasm for it, but I do think it's an amazing, and in that vault and in that grave they've promised me I shall be buried. Blows my mind every time. I will see you in the next one. Do share all that stuff in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.